Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Today was an eventful day. I got a chance to go to some department stores, and as I walked through those stores, I just wanted to just tour them. Go from observe all of the different things that they had. And I got to the housewares, like appliances and stuff like this, kitchens, and I got a chance to look at all these different utensils and skillets and all these pans and pots, and they're looking good. And as I looked at them, I would think about you. I think about you in your homes, and you'd have your kitchens laid out because I know, even though you would love to eat out, having the liberty to do that, you would also having accessible to you all of the resources you'd like to be able to cook sometimes, and to have your kitchen laid out, your dining room just laid out. And I saw it all, and it was beautiful sitting in your house. I saw it in my mind, and I'm saying this is what it's all about, trying to make a difference in people's lives and my own as well. Then I would go and I would have. How often have you gone through car dealerships and you see the lot just loaded with cars, all kinds of cars, just sitting there, just sitting there. You can go through some cities; they just got car lots all over the place, cars just sitting there. I've observed them like that, and in my mind, I see those cars with you. I see you driving. Should be a lot of cars on the highway and stuff like this, but be okay. You didn't have to go that far because we by that time would have come up with public transportation that would take us to distances. And so we were just really styling and profiling anyway. And I see you with these cars and stuff like this. And oh, it's beautiful as I share all of the wonderful things of God's blessings. After I share them with you, I want you to reach out and grab them because they are as real as can be. Then tonight I went to the store. I had about an extra, well, I had $10 in my pocket. Started saying extra 10, but I think that was about it. So I went to, it was kind of cold, and I didn't want to, take a chance on the gas line freezing up. So I wanted to put a couple of gallons in. So I went by the gas station, and I thought I'd just put this 10 in. And as I was looking at it, I got 2.8 gallons gas. I'm thinking about it. I used to get 10 gallons. I'm thinking about it. I used to get 5 gallons at least. And I'm thinking about, well, maybe not that. Maybe we can get 4. But now I can't even get 3, $10. And I'm thinking about that. And I want to just say to you, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. But I want you to hear this. We live not according to the basic principles of life. We live according to the principles of anti-life. And what that basically means is that the people experience so much pain, so much suffering, that there's nothing about it that you would call life. Just as we see people running from country to country, saying that they are being abused, oppressed, and they're just looking for some haven, some place. Will you please allow us to come in? May we be a part of your nation. And the ideal is to say yes, but not just to come and be what we call a burden, some people say, but have opportunities for you to engage yourself in the process of being alive here within the United States of America. That the doors are not shut and limit what people can do. I mean, the doors are open, they are broad, giving people the opportunity to express themselves, to utilize the gifts that they have, because there truly is a purpose for every gift that individuals have. It seems that we might have problems sometimes. That's because it's short-sighted. It is short-sighted because the true path of life has been hijacked. And by being hijacked, And there's a lot of times it seems as if there's no place for you. It seems that you find yourself at other times in places that brings you pain and agony, and you just wish you were someplace else. It even takes some people to the extent that they will go and commit suicide because they're just that disenchanted with the life that they have to live, because they are living in a fake life. The fake life that says some people can be trillionaires, billionaires, multi-billionaires, while you live in ultimate poverty. And that's all right with the system. That's all right with the people who lived in the system and learned to accept things the way they are, and that's the way it is. But I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that there's another thought. And there's a thought that says that this stuff is crazy. And you, my friends, got the right and the power if you knew it. You who you are. You are a child. You know, look at it like this. Humankind have come up with something called AI. And this intelligence is going to be key to mankind's downfall. I believe. Now, why do I say that? Because man, for the most part, within the systems that we live in, those that are really progressive and seem to be doing things, accepting things the way they are, these guys don't have a heart. That's why the pain and suffering exists. That's why the wars exist. All of these things because they're pursuing something other than life. What are they pursuing? Greed. They need to be fed. They are hungry for power. And they know that if their greed is fed, they got so much more than what you got, that they can dictate how you respond in life, whether you like it or not. They can tell you, they can make you drink poison water, and you can't do a thing about it. They can freeze you and don't even allow your electricity to come on, just freeze you because they're not thinking about you. And some of you die because of just cold, because of neglect. And nobody cares. Get away with that. See, this is because we are living in this thing that has gone so long till it's getting worse and worse. Because that's what happens. Now we're at a crossroad. Where do we go lower? We know we can't stay here. We can try to deceive ourselves and struggle and try to do everything we can trying to survive. It's like a person swimming, and they're in a state of drowning, and they're doing everything, fighting the water, trying to survive. That's what the Democratic Party, and that's what the Republicans and independents, everybody that's trying to keep them sinking with all the lies and hate and racism and bigotry and dictatorship stuff thrown at you, is driving you crazy. But if you're trying to do it the way you're trying to do it, it's like you're strutting water, trying to stay above. You better take some confidence and change your way and start going full force yonder, out of here. And what does that mean? That means loving everybody, seeing love being experienced by everybody. Some people might say, well, now if everybody got cars, next thing you know, we run out of gas. Well, I don't know if gas is going to run out, but I do know one thing. If we do run out of gas, that has opened a door a long time before we ran out of gas for us to come up with other means that would allow whatever we want to use as a means of transportation to get us where we're going. This is where we progress. We don't get caught up in gas all the time, get caught up in this and don't want to go any place else. We do that when we're robbing people. We do that when we're stealing from people. We do that when we're trying to make money. We do that when we're greedy. We do that when we don't understand what the basic principles of life are about. Those who would cause it to exist on other people, and those who allow it to be fed to them because they don't know what to do. But I want you to know that you got the power because you truly are. As they would create these AIs, they're going to turn on them, as I said before. Why? Because that's what men have in them. This is men's nature. And whatever men try to create is going to have a negativity in it. Everything man does, think about doing, it has a negativity force, and that negativity force starts working and becoming alive at the same time that the positive takes action. It's just the way it is. And so while they're excited about creating this new intelligence, it's going to come back. But my point that I want to make to you is man's nature is deeply embedded in this new intelligence. So are those who are led by the Spirit of the living God, that Spirit of the living love that is channeled just like man's is to that intelligence. So is the spirit of those that follow love. And I tell you what, it's not going to turn on you. And in fact, what it will do is go and prepare a place. So when these AIs turn on their maker, those who can get away, we won't have a border wall. They can come on over where we're at. See, we will be prepared to deal with any intelligence that is not of God. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I just wanted to say to you that, yes, again, the evidence is that the systems that we live in, and this message is really for the just common everyday people. That's why I talked about going to Target. Those are stores, to the gas station, because that's where we go. So you know what I'm talking about. And I just wanted to share with you that even at this station in our lives, the design included us. It included all of us. Not to just, this, you've heard people say work by your sweat or your brow, ba-da-da-da. That's when you're living in darkness. That's when you're struggling, when you're living in darkness. That's when you're competing with one another. When you're living in darkness, that's when the dog eat dog. It's when you're living in darkness. But when you become like the prodigal son and realize you're living in darkness, and change your mind, make up your mind and change your mind and turn around and start walking in the light. And the light, baby, gets brighter as you go. So I'm saying, think about it. Think about it. Listen to some more of the videos that I got. And if you got some questions or some comments, please share them with me. I would love to know what you think. I would love to know why it's so complicated to get you excited about a brand new life. Thank you.